For many years, I was saying not one of the 72 vaccines mandated for children has ever been safety tested. Many years to find a pre-licensing safety trial of any of the 72 vaccines doses that are now essentially mandated. They're recommended, but that's effectively mandated.
In the shadows of politics and power, a controversial alliance has emerged. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump. Their partnership promises to tackle the nation's healthcare crisis, but beneath the headlines lies a troubling reality. Who stands to gain, and who will pay the ultimate price?
Today I want to update you on the next stage of this momentous medical initiative. It's called Operation Warp Speed. That means big and it means fast.
The COVID Operation Warp Speed was run not by HHS, but by the National Security Agency. Well, you know, if you look at the organizational charts, the Pentagon and National Security Agency ran the COVID response, not HHS. Why is that?
Donald Trump, the architect of Operation Warp Speed, still champions mRNA vaccines despite mounting skepticism about their safety. RFK Jr., a fierce critic of vaccine mandates, has vowed to prosecute Anthony Fauci, alleging U.S. government complicity in bioweapons research in Wuhan. Yet, as this alliance takes shape, questions swirl about whether their partnership will confront these concerns or become another tool for unchecked power.
Pandemic, what we're alleging is that gain-of-function research was going on in that lab and NIH funded it.
That is
you can't
not...
get away from it. It meets your definition and you are obfuscating the truth.
I'm not obfuscating the truth. You are the one. I'm not obfuscating the truth. You are the one.
Trump's key backers, including Elon Musk, Joe Lonsdale, and Vice President J.D. Vance, are heavily invested in biotechnology. Palantir, co-founded by Lonsdale and Peter Thiel, mines health and genetic data from millions of Americans, data that may find its way to intelligence agencies like the CIA. Will RFK Jr. stand against these shadowy operations, or will he become complicit in their expansion?
Fauci's a friggin' demon, if you ask me. If you read RFK's book, if the real Anthony Fauci, if that's correct, if the facts are in there, that's true, it's all referenced, you could find the sources, and on top of it, he's never been sued for that book. Which doesn't make any sense. If he just made a bunch of lies up, he would get sued.
Yes.
So the guy's a monster.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
In November of 2021, Dr. Fauci told Senator Rand Paul under oath that the NIH did not fund gain-of-function research at the Wuhan lab, despite having been explicitly told in an email in January of 2021 that NIH had a monetary relationship with the Wuhan Institute through the EcoHealth Alliance.
Fauci's practices have long been the subject of controversy. RFK Jr. has accused him of spearheading unsafe vaccine practices. After suing Fauci over vaccine safety testing, RFK Jr. forced an admission: no childhood vaccine had ever been tested for long-term safety. The implications are staggering.
For many years, I was saying not one of the 72 vaccines mandated for children has ever been safety tested.
Since 1989, the number of vaccines on the childhood schedule has exploded, alongside a surge in chronic illnesses, ADHD, autism, Tourette's syndrome, and more. Autism alone has risen from 1 in 10,000 children in RFK's generation to 1 in every 34 kids today. RFK Jr. has called it the gold rush of vaccines, a billion-dollar industry protected by government mandates and shielded from liability.
First of all, I didn't recommend locking anything down. And the record will show, Neil, that we didn't recommend shutting everything down. I recommended to the president that we shut the country down. And that was a very difficult decision because I knew it would have serious economic consequences, which it did.
But the vaccine debate is only the tip of the iceberg. Looming in the background is ARPA-H, the health DARPA. With a mandate to revolutionize medicine, ARPA-H operates with billions of dollars in funding and a blank check for experimentation.
Dr. Collins, on the ARPA-H financial request, $6.5 billion. One part of the question would be, how do you think that number was arrived at, and is that a realistic number to commit in year one.
From brain-computer interfaces to cutting-edge gene therapies, its projects push the boundaries of what's possible. But while its potential to reshape healthcare is undeniable, critics warn that its power to operate without meaningful oversight may turn it into a Pandora's box.
We're streamlining regulations that have blocked cutting-edge biotechnology, setting free our farmers to innovate, thrive, and to grow. Oh, are you happy you voted for me? You are so lucky.
Trump's first term saw massive deregulation of biotech industries, from GMO crops to untested health technologies. Now, key figures like J.D. Vance and Vivek Ramaswamy, both deeply invested in mRNA vaccine companies, are signaling a future where these experimental technologies dominate healthcare. ARPA-H's role in this vision remains unclear, but its power to influence the health landscape is already raising alarm.
Tell me about Fauci. You wrote this big fat book. I could only get through a little bit of it. I can't read anything longer than 700 pages. And you think Fauci is the devil. Would you prosecute him if you ever got to the White House?
I mean, if there were crimes that he committed, of course we would, I would tell the Attorney General to prosecute him and not hold off.
Amid these controversies, one thing remains clear. This alliance of power, fueled by biotech billionaires and shadowy data operations, has little accountability. Will RFK Jr. challenge this system, or will he be swept into its machinery? The future of American health hangs in the balance. The promises of innovation mask a deeper question. At what cost will they be delivered? And who will bear the burden?